Hi, it's Elise here at Bowman Library in the Children's Room with a whole new middle grade book spotlight. So for this week, we are talking about one of my favorite things, and that would be new books, because new books are just so awesome, especially if you're like the first person to touch it and they have this new book smell, and it's just so exciting that you're gonna get to read this book that like other people haven't yet. And yeah, so we have 6 books that are new to us here at Bowman, and if none of these interest you, I promise you we are always getting new books in. So when you come into the library, make sure you check out the new book section. So let's get started. Our first one is called Cape, League of Secret Heroes by Kate Hannigan. And this one is such a cool premise. It's Philadelphia during World War II. And Josie O'Malley loves word games and solving puzzles. When she sees an ad in the newspaper looking for puzzle solvers to help crack codes, she knows it is the job for her. So when she goes to try out for this job, she soon finds herself cut though, along with the 2 other girls named Akiko and May. And they are the only ones cut. And they figure out they were cut just because they are girls. They soon find themselves, though, being recruited for a secret organization, and then they start to solve puzzles, and they find that when the 3 of them are together, they actually have superpowers that emerge when the 3 of them are together. That's the only way they come out. So with them having these superpowers, it's going to be up to them to defeat this shapeshifter who supports the Nazi regime. This series, it's the first book in this series, so it's a brand new series as well, and it's inspired by women who became the first computer programmers known as the ENIAC 6. And they are the ones that led to so many breakthroughs during World War II. Cape, League of Secret Heroes. Our next one is a new graphic novel called Stepping Stones by Lucy Kinsley. So when Jen's mom decides it's time to move in with her new boyfriend, it means Jen is going to move from a big city to Walter's farm. And if that's not bad enough, Walter has 2 daughters named Andy and Reese, and they're going to move to the farm as well, and it is not going to be a good experience. Andy is a know-it-all, and Walter is bossy, and Jen finds herself more and more lonely and isolated, not even feeling like she's part of this family in this place that she doesn't even want to be. This amazing graphic novel is one that everyone can relate to, if not right now, then at some point in the past or possibly in the future. I highly recommend this amazing story. You will fall in love with it just like how I fell in love with it. Stepping Stones. Scout Storm Dog by Jennifer Lee Schatz. Scout is a dog for the National Guard. When he and his owner, Matt, arrive in Puerto Rico after a devastating hurricane, it's their job to help people while they're there. When they decide to help foster an injured dog named Rosita, they soon find that she must be looking for something because she just keeps trying to escape. And one time she's successful and she escapes into the rainforest. It's up to Scout to find Rosita and bring her back to safety, but it's not as easy how it sounds. Part of a collection, each of these Scout stories focuses on a different dog who is born to be a hero. We have numerous of these titles, so if maybe Storm Dog doesn't sound like it's what you want to read, but you want to read one of these books, we do have others. But this is Scout Storm Dog. American is Paneer Pie by Supriya Kelkar. So Lika's the only Indian American kid at her school and in her suburban neighborhood of Detroit. When she is home, she loves everything about her family and culture, but when she is at school, she does everything she can to fit in. From letting others mispronounce her name and make fun of her culture to not eating the Indian food that she loves. When a new Indian American family moves into the neighborhood with a daughter of Lika's age, she thinks the new girl will do what she does, but she soon finds out that is not the case. Avantika speaks out about her culture, and she is not shy to be herself, leaving Lika both confused and in awe. As they soon become friends, Lika is forced to start looking at herself and trying to figure out who she wants to be. Does she want to be someone who is or who is not ashamed of their culture and heritage? This realistic book will open your eyes to how we treat others as well as we treat ourselves. On Thin Ice by Michael Northrop. He writes such good, amazing adventure survival stories, and this one's a little bit different, but just as good. So 7th grader Ked does not have it easy. First, his father is having job issues, and his mother just up and left one day. Second, he has a rare spinal condition that gives him a hunchback, leaving him to be constantly bullied. Third, he feels like he's lost his 3 best friends because they're embarrassed to be around him. And fourth, his father is running out of money, and Ked really does not want to have to move again. So when Ked hears about this bike that people would pay really good money for, he decides he's gonna build one himself and then sell it so they can have rent money. He does everything he can to make money for parts and learn how to put everything together. There are stumbling blocks along the way, and it is going to be up to Ked if he wants to make his way through everything, especially if he wants his happy ending. A frank look at bullying, poverty, friendship. You will be able to relate to Ked no matter what situation you are currently in, and you will find yourself cheering for him and be surprised by some of the twists along the way on Thin Ice. And our last one is a classic coming back. You know, just when you thought you couldn't get enough of the Wayside School series, Louis Sachar has now come out with another one. So this is Louis Sachar Beneath the Cloud of Doom. So Wayside School is back, and it's just as funny and crazy as ever. Mrs. Jewel's class is back, and there are crazy adventures to be done, from representing the number 1 million with literally collecting 1 million things to preparing for the ultimate test. Each chapter focuses on a specific student, and you will find yourself laughing out loud at each situation, as well as thinking about the funny things that happen while you are in school as well. So this is Wayside School Beneath the Cloud of Doom. There are also other Wayside School books as well that are just as good as this one. So again, these are just 6 of the new books we have here at Bowman, and I promise you we have way more than just these. So why don't you come on by and check out what we have, and we are always here to help you as well. I hope you have a great week, and I hope you tune back for another middle grade book spotlight.